One thing that I wish I knew as a beginner lifter was that training intensity matters a lot when in the gym. Training with higher intensity is what helps you build the most amount of muscle, making sure that you are training to failure or almost to failure every single set. Those last couple of reps on each set are what matter the most. That is how you break down muscle fibers and ultimately just build the most muscle possible, because when you are training to failure, you are breaking down those muscle fibers for that muscle, and then you can recover that with protein and sleep, and then your muscles will get bigger and stronger. You just want to make sure that you're doing enough volume to completely activate all muscle fibers, but you don't want to overtrain. When training to higher intensities, you don't want to do too much volume because your body is not going to be able to recover from it as easy. You also want to make sure that you are progressively overloading, adding weight when the weight becomes easy, and sticking to a rep range for about 6 to 8 weeks. Make sure that you're upping the weight when the weight gets to the top of the rep range. Overall, you just want to train really hard when you're in the gym. You want to be going to failure. I do about 2 sets to complete failure per exercise in the gym, but I do not do a ton of volume because I don't want to overtrain. I want to be able to recover for the next session of that muscle group. So keep in mind, when you're in the gym, you want to be training really high intensity, and if you are making noises, making weird faces, you shouldn't care about that because you want to just train really hard, and most people don't train hard enough. That is why they complain when people make faces or make noises, because they're not used to seeing it, because most people don't even train close to failure. They're just training with comfortability. You want to train basically insane. So when you're in the gym, train with really high intensity. Make sure that you are breaking down muscle, and you will build muscle that way. Now I am about to go hit triceps and back, and then after that I will share with you guys some more things that I wish I knew as a beginner lifter.
Can I ask you, was it something I did? Still I wonder, cause it isn't too clear. I don't want no trouble, tired of the lies. You found yourself another, heart as cold as ice. I'm trying to recover, do you even realize? Taking everything you want. Can I ask you, was it something I did?
When I was beginning to go to the gym, I used to go to bed really late, wake up pretty late, and until I developed a good sleep routine, I did not see as much gains as I wanted to. So you want to make sure that you're prioritizing recovery, getting at least 8 hours of sleep every single night, because recovery is how you build muscle. And I wouldn't recommend staying up late. I also like to get up pretty early in the morning just to make sure I can get all my meals in throughout the day. Another thing I wish I knew is to prioritize recovery rather than just training hard without trying to recover my body for the next session, because when you train really hard, your body gets really tired and can get sore, and you don't want to go into the next lift like feeling like that, because you're not going to train as hard, you're not going to feel as good, and you want to make sure every workout is exactly the same and is really good. So prioritize recovery as well as training. So I did just finish up that triceps and back workout, and it was pretty good. I didn't film a lot of it just because that's not the main focus of this video. However, I do have a really big back pump right now, trying out some new back exercises for next week, because I'm going to be switching up my program and my diet for the winter bulk. Yeah, I'm just trying out some exercises and some new lifting techniques that I'm going to implement into my training to get as big as possible. I'm going to show you guys the pump. One of the main things that I did not do correctly as a beginner lifter was go into a calorie surplus. Now this is just where you eat more calories than your maintenance. I recommend doing about 600 above your maintenance. So if your maintenance is 3,000 calories where you're not gaining weight or you're not losing weight, eat about 3,600 calories to gain weight and gain muscle at the same time. Now this is very important because gaining weight and being in a calorie surplus is how you're going to put on muscle. This is how your body just uses that food for protein and fuels your body to recover and gain muscle and build bigger muscles. So you just want to make sure you're eating enough protein, eating enough calories, and that's how your muscles are going to grow. If you stay at your maintenance or even below it, then you're going to not gain muscle. You might even lose muscle during that process because technically you are eating less than your body needs to fuel itself. The main thing that you should do is eat in a calorie surplus and you will gain muscle that way. One of the most important things to do when you go to the gym is to drink at least a gallon of water every single day. Now you don't have to drink exactly a gallon, but you should try to drink as much as possible. Drinking enough water is really helpful in many different ways. It helps digestion, it helps you just be more hydrated, and when you're in the gym it helps your muscles be hydrated and look fuller. You also get better pumps and your overall health is just significantly better when you drink enough water. You will definitely feel a lot better, you will sleep better, your mental clarity is a lot better, and you just want to make sure you're not drinking a ton of stuff like soda or artificial sweeteners. You just want to make sure you're drinking enough water. Water is the most important thing to do outside of the gym and outside of just eating regular meals. You want to drink water as much as you can. And also I recommend to salt your meals, every single meal, or if not most of them, because this will help you drink more water and be thirstier. And sodium is also good for your body, especially when you go to the gym every single day. And water and sodium combined, as well as pre-workout or whatever else you take before the gym, you will get such a good workout. You will get a better pump and you'll just have a better workout overall. So make sure you're drinking enough water. The last tip that I have for beginner lifters is to do low volume, high intensity training. Now basically what this means is that you're doing less sets, but you're training a lot harder, a lot closer to failure every single set. As a beginner lifter, I used to do about almost 20 sets per muscle group. I used to do 5 exercises of chest with at least 3 sets per exercise in one individual training session, and that is way overtraining. You don't want to be doing that much volume. Your muscles need 2 hard working sets to failure in order to get the best workout or the best connection possible. Overtraining is definitely something you want to avoid because you're gonna recover a lot easier, and when you overtrain, your body is not gonna handle it very well. You're gonna sleep not as good, you're not gonna build as much muscle because there is a sweet spot to the amount of volume that you should be doing, and that is how you're gonna build the most muscle. So I recommend doing between 5 and 10 sets per muscle group per lift. I usually do about 6 to 8, and that's where I found I've been gaining the most muscle from that. So keep in mind that you want to do lower volume but train a lot harder when you're in the gym. So these are just a few of the tips that I have for beginner lifters because I've been training for a year now, and these are things that I wish I knew when I was starting out and that I definitely did not do, and I had to learn these things through experience. I wish that I would have known these things so I could have put on more muscle in my beginner lifting months. There are definitely a lot more things to know outside of these 5 things that you want to consider when going to the gym, and these are just some of the things that I think are the most helpful, and you should definitely consider using these in your training and your daily lifestyle because these are all very important things. So that is going to wrap up today's video, and I'm going to continue posting more videos every single week, and the winter bulk is soon to start. Going to be doing a new program, going to be upping the calories, switching my diet a little bit. Alright, so my camera just overheated in the car because it was really hot in there, and It's been sitting out in the sun for a few hours while I was training. However, I was saying that these are just some of the most important things that you should consider when training and going to the gym and to include in your lifestyle. And I'm soon going to be, actually next week, I'm going to be changing my program a bit, changing my diet a bit, upping the calories for the winter bulk and what I would consider a massing phase. Although I've been bulking for almost exactly 1 year now, I'm still just going to continue the bulk, continue to put on mass. And yeah, that is going to be at the end of the video. And I hope you guys enjoy these tips and definitely consider adding these into your training.